Well, the almost global travel ban on South Africa is a major blow to tourism as well as the economy. The Association of Southern African Travel Agents is calling the move a knee-jerk reaction. It says it's put airlines, hotels, travel businesses as well as travelers in a tough situation. So let's discuss this now with Otto de Vries from ASATA. Otto, thank you so much for your time this morning. I mean, speaking about how when this travel ban was instituted from the likes of the UK, unfortunately, travel plans had already been made by some South Africans, never mind the hotel bookings, the accommodation and everything else that is involved with the travel package in itself. What impact does this actually have on the country as well as the subsequent economy?
Good morning. Yes, look, it's early stages, and obviously this is a fast-moving issue. The bottom line is that we do, at least from an historical point of view, have a sense of what happens when these types of bans are put into place. And the impact is profound and it's immediate. So for now, my members within the travel agency community are scurrying to try and support and assist South Africans who are finding themselves, should we call it what it is, potentially stranded all over the globe and trying to see how we can get them home. The other side to it, of course, is, yes, to your point, people that have booked their December vacations. There's a lot of uncertainty hanging over this right now because we don't know how long this supposed temporary ban is going to last, and hopefully shorter rather than longer.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking here about the uncertainty that we're navigating this COVID-19 pandemic with alongside this new variant. But, Otto, when we're looking at just the communication strategy that has been used by many countries as they institute this travel ban, what do you make of it? I mean, it just seems as though it is it does not bode well for diplomatic relationships, does it?
No. Look, you know, what I find amazing is that when this happened a year ago, when our scientists and laboratories discovered what then became known as the beta version, but at the time was conveniently labeled the South African variant, the impact was severe. And, you know, the ban at that point was 8 months before we finally managed to get the British to consider the reality of the situation in terms of where we found ourselves in September and October of this year. But what I find most incredible is that there's this assumption that because our laboratories identified this variant before anybody else, it was deemed to be a variant that started in South Africa. That's completely untrue. I think it's safe to say that that variant is already all over the world. It probably has been for weeks. But because we were efficient enough to find it, we're getting blamed for it and we're getting punished for it. And I find it completely unacceptable.
Yeah, I mean, we're speaking about that. So does that mean that South Africa, as things stand, is likely paying the price for transparency? Because as you say, some countries were not reporting on it. It's only after the reports came out of South Africa, as well as other countries, that we found, even European countries, saying, actually, we may have 1 or 2 cases, or we may have 61 cases and the like.
That's exactly the point. And so it's not because we were the ones that transmitted it. We were the ones that discovered it. So the fact of the matter is we're again being punished. And it makes no sense. If they were doing testing on every flight that departed or left from every destination and arrival point right now, they would find that probably 10 to 20% of everybody on every flight is corona positive, never mind the variant. And we don't know at this stage whether the vaccine does or doesn't have a less positive effect on this particular variant than any other. Yeah. So again, it is a knee-jerk response and it's not helping anybody. The World Health Organization, even in their statement on Friday, categorically said this is not the way to go. Travel ban does not support or assist the process that now needs to take place.
When we're looking at the impact that this could likely have on the travel business, right, or the tourism businesses, particularly travel agencies, because we're finding ourselves in the pickup, so to say, following the subsequent lockdowns that happened. So as you're looking at the impact that this travel ban will now have on travel agencies, on the businesses that are around it, on the value chain of the travel industry, just how dire a situation are we looking at?
Look, we can't afford a situation that we had a year ago. We just can't afford to do this again. The industry has just started to see a reasonable level of recovery. There was enthusiasm, there was excitement, passengers were booking. There was a real chance that we could maybe see our way finally through with one good, peak holiday season. And this has now happened right before that peak holiday season is supposed to set off. So I'm devastated. I'm devastated for my industry. And I don't know at this stage, depending on how long we are once again caught in this cycle, I don't know how we're going to survive this again. I just don't know.
Otto, we'll leave it there for now. Thank you very much for your time and just for shedding some light in terms of exactly what are we looking like from an impact perspective as a result of this travel ban that has been instituted by numerous countries on South Africa. Otto de Vries there from ASATA just giving us the latest details on that.